G'day. This is Charly, and I'm coming to you today with your daily dose of business inspiration. Topic number 234, the role of a website in building brand credibility. I have spoken, I've got to stop all these ummings and ahhings, don't I? I've spoken about building your business brand. I've spoken about branding and the importance to your business. Let's talk about why your website is important to us. I know I have already covered some of these topics, some of the things I'm going to cover here today in previous podcasts, but I'm putting it all together today, and hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense, or maybe it'll trigger something a little differently for you so that you start thinking about these things. Your website becomes a very fundamental part of your branding strategy. Why? Well, the first thing it does is it's going to establish trust with your audience. A well-designed website with professional content reassures your visitors that your business is legitimate and trustworthy. I can't highlight that enough. And I know you guys have had this experience. Oh, I wonder about this company, and you go and their website looks a bit shoddy and their content's a bit old, and you start reading the content and you think, who wrote this? A 3-year-old? 5-year-old? Like it just doesn't read right. It's not nice. It doesn't inspire trust and confidence. So your website can absolutely do that as long as you approach it the right way. Your website can absolutely showcase your expertise. It's not just that, I can put my podcast on there and use that as part of my showcasing my expertise as well. So using your website to demonstrate your expertise through your articles, your blogs, articles. I prefer to call them articles, not blogs. Through case studies, detailed service descriptions, put your podcast on there. What else? Oh, case studies, white papers, things that you have done. If you have been featured in the media, having a media section, this is where this person's been featured. This is where our business has been spoken about. It showcases your expertise. Consistency in branding. Your website should reflect your brand's identity, including logos, colors, messaging, and this will reinforce your brand recognition and loyalty. Sorry, I got distracted. I just heard a dog bark outside, and I just took that second just to make sure that everything was okay. It is. They're just being upset because they're a dog. So consistency in branding, your website needs to reflect your brand's identity. Now, I have spoken about this before. When people come to me and say, we want a website, the first thing I'm going to say is, what's your logo and what are your colors and what fonts do you use? I need to know that. If I'm going to build you a website, I need to know what your identity is, those parts of your identity are. If you don't have it, I will actually include a mini branding package in my proposal to you so that we can get that information, because that then allows you not only to get your website up and running, it allows you to do all your brochures, it allows you to do all your social media, it allows you to do, if you want to put logos and stuff on t-shirts or shirts or do promotional items, you've now got it to work with. So consistency in branding is a major part of your website, a major part of your website's role. Sorry. You can put your customer testimonials and reviews on your website. Again, it's positive feedback from satisfied customers that's going to help build the trust and show that your business delivers on its promises. It all goes to your brand. If you don't have customers' testimonials and reviews, or as you start building your business and as you start getting clients in, you do need to be asking them for feedback and asking them if they're going to give you a review, even if it's you go out. And I'm terrible at this. I will admit I am terrible at asking for positive feedback. But go out via a DM or email and say, hey, listen, can if you've got the time, I would really love it if you could give us a review that I could put up on the website. Doesn't have to be much. Please let me know. Send it through if you can. I would really love that. It doesn't have to be a video. It can be in text. If you can't happy turning on the camera and doing a video, then video is fine too. But customer testimonials and reviews, it develops that trust. It tells people that you are delivering on the promises that you make. It also tells people that people are using your services and your products, and people don't like to be alone. People like to know that others are doing what they're doing as well. So that's important. Keep the information on your website up to date. Now, a previous episode, I think it was the last one, no, the one before, I was talking about a poorly maintained website, or both of them, in fact, poorly maintained website. It is really important that you keep your website information updated. Gosh, goodness, I'm just trying to think of the example. It's one of my old clients. They came to me recently and they said, we really, we're having trouble. We're not making sales anymore. And I went and looked at the website and said, yeah, no one's going to think your website, your business is alive anymore. But we've got a website. Well, yeah, but this was last updated. Like the last piece of content you have on this was from 2014. No, 2020, just before COVID, because COVID hit everyone. And I'm like, you can't. We need to update. We need fresh content. We need to give it a bit of an overhaul to make it look like you're still active. We need to just freshen up the images, and I think you'll find a big difference. And we did it, and yeah, it worked. It worked. If people are like, oh, you're still in business, that's great. So keeping your information up to date is important. Not only is it important in terms of relevance into your market, but so that people know that your business is still operational. Being transparent is another part of your website's role in your brand capability, or you're building your brand credibility. Now, I'm not talking about being see-through in terms of us as a person and showing people our pricing and all that, but make sure you've got your policies outlined, particularly your return policies, your privacy statements. Now, I've spoken about a privacy statement in our last video. Privacy statements are absolutely important to get yourself listed and continue to be listed and ranked in the search engines. And not just your return policies, it might just be, how you do business. Like if you are a sustainable business, if you're someone that has green business policies, and that's going to be something that's important to your customer base, have that on your website. Have a policy that says this is how we address our sustainability our sustainability responsibilities. If you are someone that prides themselves on customer service, have your escalation process. Have the process of how you handle a client purchasing something, making a complaint. What happens when things go wrong? Can you escalate it? All of those things, and definitely have a security policy as well. How do you handle your clients' private data, and how do you handle security? Really, really important. But they're the sorts of transparencies we're talking about. And of course, your website is going to deliver a level of professionalism to your brand capability. A polished, professional website demonstrates that you take your business seriously, and that in itself is going to instill confidence in potential customers, partners, patients. I can't think of the other. Our students. There you go. People who are going to come and do business with you. Your website can become pretty much the hub of your brand credibility. When a new business comes to me and says we're starting up and they don't, and as I said at the beginning of this episode, and they don't have their branding sorted out, one of the first things we do is we sit down and we do a mini branding package. I don't want them to expend a heap of money, although sometimes it's a great benefit to do so. But I get that funds are tight, particularly in this day and age. But we do a mini branding package that gives them a logo they can work with. It might not be a logo for the ages. They're probably going to want to redo it in 12 months, but it gets them up and running. We get their colors sorted out. We get their fonts sorted out, and we make sure that's all documented so that when they walk away and their website's up and running and they want to go and create brochures, or they want to do their social media, they can say, there's our brand. This is the brand that we need to stick with. It can become that hub for you, particularly if you don't already have your brand sorted out. What do you guys think? It's a slightly shorter episode this time. I'm sure you're all saying, thank goodness, Charly, you can talk a lot sometimes. But what do you guys all think? Let me know in the comments below. If you're wherever you're watching or listening to this, come across to Locals, askcharlyleetham.locals.com, and join the conversation there. You can always reach out via a DM on any of my social media. They're all linked in the show notes here. And please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Every day I put up an episode like this. I will see you all tomorrow for episode number 235, how to make your website mobile friendly and why it matters. And I touched on that a little in yesterday's episode. Going to dig into it a little bit more tomorrow. Bye, guys.